Low Sports Info here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this real, because y'all know Low keeps it real. Salute, Will. Salute to you, brother. Let's get into this, right? Because I just got, I just looked at Blue Blood Sports TV live stream he just did a couple hours ago. And I only got 15 minutes into it, right? And the guy was already lying, right? So let me get this straight. Wait, hold on. Let's share this first. Let's share, right? So let's get this straight. Jermell Charlo made $10 million versus Castano. You can't make it up with these guys. It's like, so Jermell Charlo made $10 million versus Castano. This is what you want people to believe, right? This is ridiculous, man. But it's always pushing the PBC narrative, right? And as you guys, you probably seen over the internet, in the last couple of hours, they trying to lowball Terrence Bud Crawford, right? They all coming with this same, this same talking point. Oh, he's not a pay-per-view star. He's not this. He's not that. He wasn't built up like this. He wasn't built up like that. But they never tell you the truth about Earl Smith Jr. numbers, right? That they all fake, right? So if the numbers are fake and y'all just pulling shit out your ass, right? So y'all just don't want to fight. And y'all have a built-in, it's all kind of built-in excuses in this fight, right? They can use the eye injury. They can use the car crash. Right now they're using that he's not a pay-per-view star. Right, at first he wasn't on their side of the street. Now he's not a pay-per-view star. They got excuse after excuse after excuse. Right? But I want y'all to listen to this guy, right? Like, just listen. I'm not gonna play the video, but this is for educational purposes only. I'm gonna play it on my phone. But just listen to the guy.
Charlo got $10 million to fight Brian Castano on free TV. Yo, let me say it to y'all again. If Jermell Charlo got $10 million to fight Brian Castano on free TV, and Brian Castano is not a major star in a rematch for Undisputed that ended in a draw.
Did you hear that? $10 million to fight on free TV when it's clear as day, right? When the reports are out there that the man only got $1 million, right? And Brian Castano got $500K. Jerron Ennis almost made as much money as Brian Castano. He got $400K, right? So it's like, what kind of subscribers do these guys be having? They don't look up nothing, right? Nothing. But let's go to let's go back to the other article with Tim Smith, man. Because this is the talking point that they using on Terrence Crawford now. Right? This is what they using now. This is an excuse. Right? Even though they had 45 million for Jermell Charlo, right, to fight Canelo. And what did Jermell Charlo do on pay-per-view? Right? Less than 100,000. Huh? Him and his brother. Together, they did less than 100,000 pay-per-view buys. And they only been on one pay-per-view. One. Uno. One. Right? But meanwhile, you got $45 million for Canelo to fight Jermell Charlo. Right? Then to top it off, right? You got $55 million for him to fight either Earl Spence Jr. or Benavidez. And have Benavidez been on pay-per-view? I don't think Benavidez been on pay-per-view. Have he been on pay-per-view? I don't think he's been on pay-per-view, right? I mean, so what are we talking about here? It's just another goalpost move, you know? Okay, now what you say? He would have got that from the... Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah, man. Like from his own butt. Exactly, bro. Like, you see how they just be pulling just numbers out the air? This man said he got $10 million versus Castano. When you can go and look it up, and it says he only got $1 million. He got $1 million for Undisputed. Right? Katie Taylor just think about that. Katie Taylor got paid more than Jermell Charlo for Undisputed. Katie Taylor got paid more than him for Undisputed. Right? But the narrative now is, oh man, he got $10 million. Where? When? How? The fight didn't even do that good, period. Look at Dan Raphael. Per California State Athletic Commission official contract purchase from Saturday's PBC card, Jermell Charlo $1 million, Brian Castano $500K, Jaron Ennis $400K, and that's kind of crazy because Jaron Ennis got $400K, Castano got $500K. Huh? Shit, Castano should at least got $1 million too, right? Should at least $750. I'd be pissed off if I was Brian Castano. I'd be like, oh, no, bro, you got to give me at least $750. Right? This dude don't even have a title. This dude, he's not in an undisputed match. Hey, I like Jerron Boots Ennis, but he wasn't in an undisputed match. Right? He wasn't risking nothing but his oath. So you should have gave this man an extra $200. Brought him, I'm not gonna mess with his cash, but you should have gave Brian Castano more money. Look at what Custio Clayton got, $100K. $100K, right? To get demolished, right? To get, annihilated. $100,000. $100,000 to get annihilated. Salute, Dion. Yeah, wow, bro, this is crazy, man. Please explain how Ugas was a pay-per-view. You explain it to me, Dion, because I don't know, bro. I don't know how in the hell he became a pay-per-view star. Right? But him and Pacquiao did $200K, and we all know that's a lie. We all know that what? They was putting at least from 130 to 180K on these pay-per-view numbers. Right? So let's just go with the little number, 130,000. So Manny Pacquiao versus Yordenis Ugas really did 70,000 pay-per-view buys. They just add on these extra numbers to try to make these guys seem, you feel what I'm saying? Is the title correct or is it LBC trolling? Nah, bro. Like, like they lying. Man, like you want to hear it. But let me take you back, man. Let me take you back. Let me play it for you, punch quote. All right, really, because the dude is crazy, man. It's like, damn, bro. Like, so he made 10 million versus Brian Castano. That's what you telling the public, right? Okay, now listen, bro. This is for educational purposes only.
I'm pretty certain. I'm almost certain. Terrence Crawford ain't asking for $50 million, people.
Listen.
And I know Errol Spence ain't asking for $50 million. If Jermell Charlo got $10 million to fight Brian Castano on free TV, let me say it to y'all again. If Jermell Charlo got $10 million to fight Brian Castano on free TV,
and he said it again. If Jermell Charlo got $10 million to fight Brian Castano on free TV, a bold-faced lie. Flat out lie. Right? But his subscribers, these people who listen to him, is not going to check it out. Right? A simple Google search. Right? And they got multiple articles on this. On how much they got paid. Oh yeah, man. Now you should have figured that it was that. I mean, come on, bro. Like it's either him or Fanon, right? It's either him or that other dude. They love coming up with these narratives, man, just lying to the boxing fans. And this is why boxing is in the position that we in right now. Because it got people like this who push narratives, just come on the internet lying to the boxing fan. And now the casual boxing fan don't know the truth from the hole in the wall, right? They don't know the truth. They go around and now they spewing out this lie. Now you're going to hear this lie. Watch. Oh, Jermell Charlo, he made 10 million. Where? Prove it. Keep those, he had, hey, man, like when like when you don't give, see, like when you don't do stuff like I'm doing right here, right? You feel what I'm saying? You see how I'm giving you the article, I'm giving you, I'm giving you a visual, right? I'm letting you look at it. He doesn't do that. No, he either gonna play it, like that, or he gonna say my sources say, right? Which is his sources is just, just thin air, just, stuff he pull out the air, all right? So it's mind manipulation. Then most of these people, you feel what I'm saying? Like they got the racist thing going too, right? You feel, bro, like it got a lot entwined in it, man. A lot entwined in it, man. But they just delusional. That's all it is. They are delusional. I mean, facts. They are delusional. Then they come to you, then you speaking with some sense, right? You speaking with some, some common sense. Like, bro, common sense should tell you this. Well, it's like, damn, bro. It's like talking to a brick wall at that point, right? It's like talking to a baby, right? The baby just gonna steady be, got, you feel what I'm saying? You just talking. I mean, come on, man. Like, they don't understand you like that. But yeah, man, but this dude, like, it's just crazy, just the narratives that they just keep on coming up with, and this is why we probably won't get to fight, right? Because they know that It have, dumb boxing fans out here. Let's just be honest, you guys. It have boxing fans who really not up on the sport like that, who really not trying to get knowledgeable about the sport like that, right? They just want to, push their favoritism towards their favorite fighter. And that's all it is. I mean, like, that's all it is. And now when the casual fan come in, they don't know what's right and wrong. Right? Like when a fan, he first come into boxing, right? He trying to get the truth and he don't know what's right and wrong. Right? Because it got bullshit ass narratives out here. Instead of all of us being on the same telling the truth field, right? Tell the truth. That's all you got to do is tell the truth. All you got to do is tell the truth. Bob wasn't lying. Bob wasn't lying when he dropped the dumb rock comment there. Oh yeah, bro. Like he wasn't lying at all, man. Right? He wasn't lying at all. Like Bob wasn't lying about a lot of stuff. Like you can love or hate Bob, but Bob is an old grumpy. I mean, shit. Like tell the truth, man. At this point, you know what I'm saying? He don't give a fuck. He old, right? He know his time is limited. And he don't give a fuck at this point. Right? Just like I had seen earlier too. Like, yeah, like Bob Arum, like he trying to block Shakur. I'm like, well, shit, I had looked up the two dudes that Shakur can fight. And I'm like, who the hell are these guys? Right? So I understand Shakur though. He wants to be undisputed. But at the same time, it's like, who the hell are these guys? You're not going to get no real credit for beating these guys, Shakur. But I understand. You want to be undisputed. You want to hold all those belts. I understand that too. You know what I'm saying? So it's a catch-22 with that. But I understand what Bob was saying. He was like, shit, now who the hell are these guys? Don't nobody know they ass. They're not going to make no money. They're not going to sell no seats. They're not going to do shit. Right? And you just going to beat the hell out of these guys, Shakur. So, hey, if you want to go that route, go that route. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't going to get no credit. You're going to be undisputed and people, they still going to be like, well, who did you fight? Come on. Same thing. You're going to be in the same position, bro. Yeah, y'all, but they using the talking point on my boy T-Bud, man. They using the talking point. But Steven Espinoza, he even came out in an interview, and now, but well, like they have to be reasonable, like they have to be reasonable. The person have to be reasonable. But meanwhile, you got 45 for Jermell and Canelo, and you got 55 for Spence Benavidez and Canelo, right? You had 50 million for Canelo and Plant, and the last time I checked, didn't nobody know who the hell Plant was. Didn't nobody know who the hell Caleb Plant was. He has never done shit. But he got 10 million. Right now, how could he get 10 million? Caleb Plant, $10 million. Has never touched a pay-per-view, has never beat nobody of note, has never done shit. And this is not just trying to trash Caleb Plant, but the real is the real. Facts are facts. It's a fact that he never been on pay-per-view. It's a fact he never beat nobody. But he got 10 mil, right, with a pay-per-view upside. Damn, how about that? But when it comes down to Terrence Bud Crawford and Earl Spence Jr., They can't even split 30 mil, right? They can't split 30. They can't split 25. Damn, they can't even split 18 million, 20 million. They can't split 20. But people be saying that Al Heyman, he looks out for the black fighter. Oh, y'all out y'all mind. Y'all got to be crazy. He got all this money for a Hispanic fighter. All this money for a Hispanic fighter. Yes, and I know Canelo, he brings in the dollars, right? He put asses in seats. I understand that. But this is a fight of an era. Two undefeated fighters in a prime. Something that's going to sell itself. But they don't want to give it to us, right? Because you know why? This is another reason why I want to give it to us. Because Al Heyman, he want to try to get a lot of money off the top too, right? So he don't want to pay out right now. He don't want to guarantee them high, payouts. He don't want to guarantee, high payouts, right? Because he want to scheme money off the top to save the PBC. The PBC is going under. It's dying slowly. The PBC is like the Titanic, man. It's a sinking ship. And Al Heyman is trying to patch it up and save it before it goes underwater. Right? Because Spence, they've been trying to build up Spence for a while, but he got some setbacks. He had some setbacks and all that. They got a little something in Jerron Boots Ennis, but they better get him a belt. And at this point, Earl Spence Jr., he kind of in the way. Right? Just like Keith Thurman was in the way of Earl Spence Jr., Earl Spence Jr. is kind of getting in the way of Boots Ennis at this point. Hey, hey. Y'all heard what we discussed this morning. Jerron Boots Ennis is doing the same thing to Earl Spence Jr. Earl Spence Jr. did to Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman did to Floyd Mayweather. It's the Al Heyman playbook. That's all it is. It's just the Al Heyman playbook. You call out the popping fighter that's on our stable at that time. That's what you do, right? You act like you want to fight the most popular fighter on our stable at that time. That's in your division. And Floyd Mayweather was the hot fighter at welterweight. Who was chasing him? Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman was the hot fighter at welterweight, who was chasing him? Earl Spence. Now Earl Spence is the hot, fighter on the PBC at welterweight. Who chasing him? Jerron Boots Ennis. Same playbook, same layout. This is what Al Heyman do. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. Heyman's still holding out hope that he can become the UFC of boxing. Yeah, man. But Al Heyman, bro, he just destroying these guys' careers. He destroyed Jermell. Right? He literally have destroyed Jermell. Man, and instead of putting Jermell in the fights that he need, right, to get him that Canelo fight, this man is trying to preserve his O. Or unless it's Jermell. I don't know. Right? But we all know that Al Heyman got plans for these guys. It's always a plan. It's always a plan. It's always a plan. Keith Thurman said he had a plan. Y'all forgot that? Keith Thurman was supposed to fight Earl Spence Jr. in 2020. But everything fell apart. Earl Spence Jr. got in a car accident. Keith Thurman lost. The pandemic happened. It was part of the plan. And Keith Thurman let you know it. But when Keith Thurman said he had a plan, what did people do? They got pissed off at Keith Thurman. But look at Earl Spence Jr. He said he had the same damn thing. I got a plan. Right? And what everybody do? They let him just roll out with his plan. No, right? Oh, man, he's going by the plan. He's going by the plan. He's going by the plan. And they already know why. You know why they let him roll out with his plan? Because they were scared of Terrence Bud Crawford. Right? Because Keith Thurman, he couldn't roll out with his plan. Why can Keith Thurman get away with his plan? I just want to ask, I want to ask people this. Chat, could y'all answer me? Why can Keith Thurman get away with his plan? He told us the same fucking thing Earl Spence Jr. did. I got a plan. This fight is going to happen. Man, it's going to happen in time. I got a plan. Al Heyman, a plan. He had a plan. Now, when Earl Spence Jr., he get cornered backstage and he says, yeah, Al Heyman, he going to have me fight Sean Porter, Mikey, Pacquiao, Keith Thurman. Yeah, it was a plan, right? Did anybody, jump down his throat? Did anybody give him any fucking slack for a plan? No, they didn't. They let him slide, right? And you know why they let him slide? Because they didn't want him to get his ass knocked out by Terrence Bud Crawford. And that's a fact. See, I know Al Heyman game, man. I know his game because I've been looking at his pattern over the years. A lot of people don't catch on to patterns, but I do. And I always tell people, timing is everything. Timing is everything. Especially with Al Heyman. Timing is everything. Right? I just want to ask the chat. I haven't got a response yet, from the chat. Why couldn't Keith Thurman get away with his plan, but Earl Spence Jr. was able to get away with his plan? Why? They can't answer that question. Can't nobody answer that question. Why? Because everybody jumped down Keith Thurman's throat. Even me, I got to be honest. You feel what I'm saying? Right? Because I was probably I probably was an Earl sexual at that point. Right? I probably was an Earl sexual at that point because I wanted him to get that belt from Kell Brook and I wanted him to fight Keith Thurman bad at that point. Right? And I'm not afraid to admit it. But once that little skinny black dude from Omaha said he coming to 147, and I seen this dude energy change like a broad, I said, what's going on here? Then he come up in your face and I can see I can see your energy. You stop looking at him first. He looking dead in your eyes and you trying to look around him at his friend and bro, I know energy, homie. I'm a street dude. I know this type of shit, bro. And you gave off some cowardly energy. You gave off cowardly energy, bro. And that's when I was like, yeah, this dude, he's afraid of him. He's scared of him. Right? Then you said, I'm the boogeyman of this division. How you gonna be the boogeyman and I'm chasing you? You ain't never said boogeyman again. Damn. You ain't never said boogeyman out your mouth again. Whole energy change. And this is when I'm like, this dude a fraud. He's a fraud. Then you say you got a plan? that doesn't include Terrence Bud Crawford in it. That doesn't include this man in it, right? So Al Heyman, he didn't say nothing about me? Oh, no, he didn't say nothing about you. Huh? But people keep on saying he's following the plan. He's following the plan. Yeah, the plan never had Crawford in it from the start. It never had Crawford in the plan. It had Keith Thurman in there. Right? It had Keith Thurman in there. It had Manny Pacquiao, but Pacquiao got beat by Ugas. So they just switched it up. That's all that was. But it still has Keith Thurman in there. So I don't want to hear this no more, but I just keep on, but I'm going to keep on, reiterating this too. If this fight doesn't happen this year, I'm done. I'm not going to talk about this shit for another year. I'm not going to talk about it for another year. And we all should be done, right? We all should be done with this damn fight. I'm not trying to convince y'all, I can't, change no minds or nothing. But at some point, we got to take a stand and say, fuck y'all. This is not to the fighters or none of that. No, this is to the suits. Fuck y'all. Now, if you put on a fight, we gonna really steal this motherfucker. Right? See, I just don't like being played with, man. I wish I could tell this to these guys' face. That's me. I wish I could see them and be like, hey, bro, you full of shit. You full of shit. Stop playing with the boxing fans. Why y'all want to play with us? Some of us ain't dumb as rocks. Some of us can see right through your bullshit. Y'all think y'all more intelligent than us? No. We can, I can make Earl Spence Jr. more of a star than they can. Right? Most of these YouTube channels, we can make these guys way bigger stars than these damn suits. Way bigger stars than these suits. But I'm going to say it again. After this year, I'm going to be done, y'all. I'm going to be done. And we got to take a stand to be like, hey, 5 years, we will be waiting for this fight for over 5 years, you guys. If it don't, come on. It's like, come on, my daughter will be 9 years old. I started talking about this fight when my daughter was 4. I will almost have a damn junior high student, and the fight still haven't took place. Don't y'all know how much time, energy, passion, effort we have put into this shit? Talking about it time, day after day after day after day. Going back and forth with delusional ass people. Not to get it? Oh man, bro. That would be the ultimate no-no for me. I'd be like, oh yeah. If I don't get this fight, PBC will never get a dime out of me ever again. I will stream everything you put on, Al. I will stream everything that's associated with Showtime. I will stream every fucking thing. Right? I will do it. Fuck it. You don't care. We don't care. Don't nobody care. Fuck it. Don't nobody care. Right? We start streaming these fights. We start streaming these fights to the extreme that it start hurting these boxers' pockets. I bet you somebody will start caring. Right? we start hurting their pockets, they'll start carrying in. Or, shit, they probably just say forget it and they let it die. I mean, but the disrespect that we get as boxing fans is just, all we want is this one fight. Yeah, like boxing, just, let me not say that either. Right, because it's been a good, time for boxing since March. I say March. Since March, it's been a good time for boxing. Right? March, April, May. These last 3 months have been great. June gonna be cool. I mean, well, shit, we got Jermell versus Saluki. I don't see how that's gonna be, spectacular, but hey, it is what it is, I don't see how that shit is gonna be spectacular, but hopefully he can get a knockout, right? Right, and he don't get his ass beat. Man, because knowing Jermell, he fuck around and lose or some shit like that, bro. Some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he trying to keep up with his brother. And he go up in there and try to put on something and get clipped and get knocked the hell out or something like that, But, okay, now we've been having, good, like a good couple months of boxing. Right? Now we got Rolly coming up. We got Rolly Tank. Oh, yeah. But even though, like that's not even a spectacular fight, we expecting, Tank to go up in there and knock out Rolly, right? Play with him a little while. This is what I expect Tank to do. I expect Tank to go up in there and play with him a little while and then just knock out the man viciously. That's what I expect Tank to do, right? Man, because I feel like that Tank, he want to punish him a little bit, right? For Rolly talking all that shit, but that's what I feel. Right, I feel like that Tank want to punish that man a little bit, then knock his ass out. But we'll see, because he can't get lackadaisical because Rolly can't punch. And if he get caught with one of them, one of them punches, like one of them Watugits, I mean, shit, he could be out, right? He could be smooth out. I mean, so Tank better not take him lightly, man. But yeah, like we got some good fights, but the ultimate fight this year is this fight. Earl Spence Jr., Terrence Bud Crawford. And we need to get it. They need to give it to us. But the Lowball offers, the rumors coming out that, people don't want to be reasonable and this don't want to be reasonable. And we already know who they're going to blame, right? But I want people to understand this. Terrence Crawford just got paid. Excuse me. Terrence Crawford just got paid $6 million to fight Sean Porter for a mandatory. Right? $6 million. So he should be expecting at least, $8 to $10 million to fight for undisputed. Right? That's only right. Right? The stakes are higher. It's for all the belts. It's for lineal. Right? It's to be the number one, welterweight in the division. And to be considered, pound for pound number one on the pound for pound list. Right? So you're going for all around greatness. You're going for pound number one. You're going for lineal. You're going for undisputed. So I would expect Terrence Crawford to ask for at least $8 to $10 million. Wouldn't y'all? That's fair. That's reasonable. Shit, he just fought Sean Porter for $6 million. And Sean Porter wasn't bringing shit to the table. A fan base or nothing. I mean, so that's reasonable. But knowing the PBC, we already know what they like to give out. They like to give out, these purses right here. Let's stop this screen. They like to give out these purses right here. They like to give out the purses that Jermell Charlo got, right? This is what they like to give out. They like to give out 1 million, right? We all remember what Earl Spence Jr. and what's the name got paid, and Ugas got paid, right? Like Earl Spence Jr. only got 1.5 million. Udanis Ugas got 1 mil, right, for a 3-belt unification fight. So it's obvious that Al Haymon, he over there lowballing the hell out of his people, right? But Bob Arum, right? Man, but Bob Arum, though, he don't pay people right. He don't do this. He don't do that. Man, like this dude is giving up $1 million for undisputed. $1 million for undisputed. Fucking Castano got 500,000 for undisputed. He didn't even make as much money as Amanda Serrano. That is fucked up, man. Al Haymon is over there treating them dudes cold. Amanda Serrano, she made 750. Katie Taylor, she made more than Jermell. She made 1.5. Y'all got to really, it's like, damn, bro. Yeah, Will, like this dude, Al is treating these dudes like slaves, but it's everybody else is slave owners, right? Bob, he a slave. Eddie Hearn's, everybody else is slave owners except for Al Haymon because he ain't talking. No. The writing is on the wall what he's doing. I mean, come on, y'all. $1 million for undisputed. Come on, man. Like, no, but he paying him though. Man, now you gonna make all this money on the back end with Al. That fight was on free Showtime. Like, like what are we talking about? Oh my God, man. Oh my God, man. Oh man. Then like then I seen a video with Steven Espinosa too, right? He was talking about the pay-per-view numbers. He said, yeah, like we're gonna take a small number, right? Now we're gonna take, like a real small number, like 250K. I said, what? Oh man, so 250K is a small number. It's real tiny in boxing, right? And we know that the PBC, they not doing that. It's all smoke and mirrors. So when Earl Spence Jr. said, oh yeah, Top Rank is smoke and mirrors, no, he was out projecting. He meant the PBC is smoke and mirrors. They all smoke and mirrors. That's why I was kind of pissed off at Terrence Crawford, right? Because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, you get your money out of Bob Arum, but you keep Bob Arum in your back pocket, bro, because you got to have somebody to back you up. Right? You're dealing with a con artist. You're dealing with a promoter. And Al Haymon. Excuse me. Right? You need somebody to back you up, bro. Or unless they're gonna pull this shit they pulling with you now. They wanted to get you off of Top Rank so you won't have no options, bruh. So you won't have no backup. Right? Now they just got you just out here just willy-nilly, you just out here hoping that they send you something. Hoping. Right? You could have went to Bob Arum behind the scenes like, hey, Bob, you owe me this, you owe me that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Give me my money, bro. And woo, man, like, or we can work out some deal. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I fight this guy, man, and you gonna pay me an extra $2 million, you gonna pay me an extra $2. You feel what I'm saying? You gonna get my money. Basically, you gonna get me my money. But leaving Bob Arum, now you just out here as a free agent. You're not as popular as Floyd Mayweather, right? So you're not gonna, generate, paydays like Floyd Mayweather. Everybody is using the pay-per-view excuse against you. But even though they fighters is not doing, that many pay-per-views, they just using fake ass numbers. Now you out here caught between a rock and a hard place, because if you go up to 154, what you think gonna happen? It's the same thing. The PBC runs 154. But if you drop that 147 belt, Keith Thurman going after it. Him or Boots Ennis, they going after that fucking WBO belt. They going after the belt. Right? Then once that person win that belt, let's say Keith Thurman win that belt, Keith Thurman is going to take on Errol Spence Jr. for undisputed. Bro, don't fall for it. But it's too late now. You actually thought these guys was making more money than you. That's the real funny part to me. It's like, Crawford, you actually thought that Errol Spence Jr. and all these dudes was making more money than you? You actually believe that shit. Oh man, like they making all this money on the back end. No, they not. No, they not. It's smoke and mirrors. Right? It's all smoke and mirrors. They wanted people to think they, like generating a lot of money on the back end. But they just getting they probably getting an extra 250,000, 300,000. They not getting no millions on the back end. You feel what I'm saying? So come on, man. All right, I don't understand it. I really don't understand. But this is what's going on, though. According to Blue Blood, Jermell Charlo, he made $10 million versus Castano. Flat out lie. But hey, man, it is what it is. He made 10 mil. We gonna run with that. We gonna let that narrative, I guess, just circulate for a little minute. You feel what I'm saying? Right, because it's gonna circulate. They trying to lowball Crawford, which I told y'all that they was gonna do. Right? This just another way just to weasel the fuck out the fight. Weasel out the fight. Then he's gonna try to go and take on Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo's gonna vacate that belt. That's the only thing that Crawford can do. That's what I said. I said, Crawford, you probably don't. You're not going to be able to become undisputed again, right? So you might as well get that out your head, bro. Man, unless he's going to take, $1 million, $1 million guarantee, right? Or a $2 million guarantee. That's the only way that he'll have that, he's going to have to take a pay cut. A serious pay cut to get a chance at those belts. A serious pay cut to get a chance at those belts. Right? And even then, shit, like if he take the pay cut, man, he better not sign no 3-fight deal or nothing like that. Right? Because we already know that COVID can be an easy excuse to get you out of fight. Right? Say he signed a 3-fight deal. He's supposed to be fighting Errol Spence Jr. next. Oh, Errol Spence Jr., he comes up sick. Right? So they got to put in a replacement guy. Right? Push off the fight. Right? Man, I know all the tricks of boxing now. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't even know this. That's the crazy thing, though. I shouldn't even know this. We shouldn't even know none of this shit about boxing. But is so corrupt, right? It's just so corrupt. It's like, I mean, all the corruption is being exposed, right? Like since this internet era, all this corruption is being exposed in boxing. And it's disgusting. Truly disgusting, y'all. It's like, man, we ain't gonna never get the fights we want to get, right? Because we got these suits in the way who trying to get paid more than the fighters who get in there getting their head beat in. They trying to act like they fighting. But then we got certain channels who want to lie all the time, right? Oh, yeah, Will. Man, shit, it's becoming obvious, bro. Then we got these bigger channels, who got hundreds of thousands of subscribers lying. Just lying. Like, and it's like, it'd be like, damn, bro. Like, we ain't gonna never get nowhere in boxing. Never get nowhere in boxing. Then people wonder why the sport is dying, slowly dying, man, because you pushing bullshit ass narratives. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Right? Then when they get caught up in a lie and they get all emotional and get all mad. Oh, block him. Oh, block him, man. But get him out of here. Get him out of here. Oh, get him out of here, man. Block him. Bro, you just got caught in a lie. You lying. Right? And more people, though, they starting to catch on to these guys, though. Like, and I'm a salute to them people, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got more and more people, they starting to catch on to my channel and other channels like my channel, right, who's putting out the truth. And they starting to catch on. And they like, man, these dudes, they do be lying. Exactly, man. They push narratives. They lie. I mean, shit, it's all about pushing something for the PBC. And the PBC don't even like y'all. That's the crazy, that's really the crazy shit about it to me. You pushing something for Al Heyman, but Al Heyman don't even like y'all. Don't even like black media, period. And he has proven that. Al Heyman don't like black media. Right? Shit, like meanwhile, Bob Arum here have a whole room full of black people. But, man, it is what it is, you guys. But I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there, you guys. Like, but the new narrative is Jermell Charlo made 10 mil versus Castano. And the PBC is lowballing, Terrence Bud Crawford. And we already know once they start lowballing Terrence Bud Crawford, he's a very ego-driven, pride-driven dude. And I don't think that Crawford, he's going to take that shit. Like Crawford, he probably going to say, hey, fuck it. I'm just going to move up, get that, get my fourth belt and be known as a 4-division, unified champion. And that's legacy, bro. You feel what I'm saying? 4-division unified champion. He'll be a 4-division, a 4-division champion, one-time unified champion. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? Like 2-time lineal. What? Bro, you got a Hall of Fame career, man. You can end it off like that. Man, you can ride off in the sunset. Go and get that Tim Zoo money. You feel what I'm saying? They'll pay your ass in Australia. I mean, for real. But you're going to have, the card's going to be against you over here. But you know how it is. You already know how you got to perform. You've been overseas before and performed. Shit, you got to knock him out, though. Yeah, man. Salute, Will. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. And, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe, man, so I can get in this algorithm like everybody else, man. Hit that like button for your boy. But this OD Sports Info, and I'll be back in the morning. I'm gone, y'all.